All you ever wanna do is play. So let's play.
Yeah. Ayy, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Real mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode.
I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke,
Yeah, ayy, well, we can hold the peace so we can wage war. But I'm gonna get what I came for. Real gang, that's a crew name. We all graduated to the two-door. Sacred Global, that's the infrastructure. All y'all niggas like the Titanic. I'm the iceberg, talking no Zucker on the front lines, but we don't panic. Shit getting messy, got nothing to rest, and I'm tired of niggas. They front they blessings, they want my suggestion, but don't want the fee. I'm just doing me, I don't answer their questions. All this flexing, got no one to see. All this aggression, I just want some peace. Not even sure that I like it in heaven. I guess when we get there, then we gon' see. I do not understand, I do not get what you do. You only got one life, but you act like you got two. Yo, we go bigger than what you are willing to do. I run with kings, but you peasants, you run with the goons. Ayy, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Real mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode.
I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode.
Ayy, y'all some jokers, y'all a bunch of clowns. You will not get a laugh out of me. You can talk, but you can't denounce. I live a different theology. Why I transferred to a new account? You just fucked over a prodigy. Posted up with a rented crown.
You are the king and apology.
You about to see a new side of me, I hope you know. We stand up and watch our enemy go. Empires fall, my legacy grows. I might just hop on this melody flow. All this vision, no clarity though. Y'all play a game that I bear in my soul. Ebony ivory, nobody knows. Business vasectomy, nothing can grow. Everyone promises more than they actually do. We don't deliver on anything other than truth. Yo, we go bigger than what you are willing to do. I run with kings, but you peasants, you run with the goons. Ayy, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Real mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode.
I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. You really have people fooled out here, don't you? When are you peasants gonna learn that you can't pretend to be a king? It ends today.
This is that one song that you heard so many times, and every time you hear it, you're like, I'm not gonna bump to this song. But then you start catching a vibe. I'm sorry, not sorry. Yeah. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know. Yeah. Whoa. East Coast with that gang, gang. You
Hop up on that wagon, oh please just get out the way. You know we stay stuntin', right up in your face. We sorry, not sorry, we just stuck up in our ways. West Coast, go ahead, stand up. Put that glass and hands up. Gang, we famed up. Got that change, we bagged up. Crew love, we stay manned up. Ahem like I'm wheezy, yeah. Rap game just too easy, Drip so sick, I'm queasy, whoa.
East Coast with the gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang. Lover with the gang, gang. You know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang. Lover with the gang, gang. You know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang. Lover with the gang, gang. You know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang. Lover with the gang, gang.
Yeah. Watch me finesse, walk to the line. Good versus evil, God in his prime. Always in prime, always on time. Our time to shine, wifey is fine. I'm doing fine, glad that you asked. God fill me up, mud in my glass. God clean me up, all that I ask. Wherever you headed there fast. I am ahead, you are in last. Last time I checked, you were all gas. Gas in the whip it up fast. Fast and all furious, I'm starting to spaz. Getting all curious, you put me on blast. Blasting that Darius, kids in the back. Back to the future is black. Black like T'Challa, Wakanda attack.
East Coast with the gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang. Lover with the gang, gang. You know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang. Lover with the gang, gang. You know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang. Lover with the gang, gang. You know we don't play gang. East Coast with the gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, gang. Lover with the gang, gang. You know we don't play gang.
Come up, ayy. Let's be with that drama, ayy. Saw that baddie mama, ayy. Told her I don't wanna, ayy. Come up, ayy. Let's be with that drama, ayy. Saw that baddie mama, ayy. Told her I don't wanna, ayy. Went out, caught me a red fly. Too many people on a bandwagon. Dumb band through that hellfire. Came out lethal like a red dragon. Same old rapper with the same old flows. Color dreads with the pants sagging. Got that fame, but you sold your soul. You a warlock, I'm the dark assassin. Said thick stacks, mode change. Big bags, faux chains. Get that money, said big facts, no gains. Big stats, mo fame. We back done, said big names. On stage, big trap, no shame. Going in, running that big check. My name, sign that, mo rain. Come back home and just come up, ayy. Let's be with that drama, ayy. Saw that baddie mama, ayy. Told her I don't wanna, ayy. Come up, ayy. Let's be with that drama, ayy. Saw that baddie mama, ayy. Told her I don't wanna, ayy.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Get off your ass and go to the fucking gym right now.
You have no power here.
Go to the fucking gym. You look great.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Happy times for Normus.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 2982 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes? Bustas, hustlers, and yo-hos. It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everesting K2, flexing on all you bees.
Hi, puppy.
Welcome, fam, to the show. Happy July the 5. It is just after America's birthday, so hope you enjoyed your day yesterday. If you're still off today, if you're working, whatever's going on, hope you're enjoying your day. Hope you went to the fucking gym. Hope you took care of yourself. You slept good. You ate good. You had good fun with friends and family. Maybe you saw some fireworks. You heard some fireworks. Hopefully you didn't blow your dick off, your nips off, your fingers off, whatever it was, and you're ready to get after it. We're kind of like on the back second half of the year. So if you didn't make those resolutions at the beginning of the year, now's the time to do it. Make sure you check out swolenormousx.com. Fam, I cannot tell you enough. I'm going to tell you every day how awesome this app is. It keeps on getting better and better, and it's fucking awesome. The functionality is ridiculous. So join the fam today. Get ready for that, because as a member, you're going to get first dibs on the app that will be launching later this year. Later this summer. The sooner the better for me and for all of you. So looking forward to it. So make sure that you join us. Jump on those 4th of July specials. They ends Sunday. So it's Friday. So you got 2 more days. You got 2 more days to jump on those specials. If you're not a member, join now, swolenormousx.com. Jump all over that shit and be a founding, at the ground level of this new phase of Swolenormous X 2.0 or 3.0, wherever we're at right now. Also, we do have awesome specials going on over at papaswolio.com. Just specials raining from the sky. Happy birthday, America, and happy nip covers to you. Go check out 20% off the entire site over at papaswolio.com. Check out the brand new Lift Heavy Shit. We have the pink Go to the Fucking Gym. We have, let's see what else we got here. We have Puss in Gym. We have This Is My Pride flag. We got the Veil Puto Gimnasio Barbie design, Barbie text. We have a lot of other designs. Those are just a couple of the ones that we released most recently, but 20% off everything. So go give that a look. Now, fam, let's get right into that tip. Hit the like button, subscribe, Rumble, streaming on YouTube tentatively. So make sure that you subscribe on Rumble, because if you don't see the stream on YouTube, that's where it is. And of course, you can chat, you can text whatever the hell you want, completely uncensored over there on Rumble. And if we have really sensitive content, we cut the YouTube stream. So just make sure you follow over there. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, leave us a 5-star review. If you haven't yet done so, we take questions. We go really deep every day. It's a lot of fun. So if you're new to the show, please subscribe and be here every day as we just keep on slinging that knowledge cock. So let's get a little America. And let's get into that tip, fam. Are you ready? Let's go. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. All right, let's do this one from Allie.
What's in the box?
Happy 4th of July, fam. I got a workout in this morning, and the celebration barbecue will be burgers and ribs, no bread with the burgers and no carb-heavy sides. I'm really going to focus on the protein. Smart. Very smart. Very smart. Oh, Michelle says the Swole card. That's right. This week's Swole card. It's not Swole Slut Saturday. I actually texted everyone Swole Slut Saturday. I meant FEF. So it is FEF. It is Friday. Fuck 'em Friday. Delete, unfollow, unfriend, block out all the noise. Make sure you focus on pillar number 1, community today. Hashtag Fef. Drop that in the comments. We'll give away the Swole card at the end of today's episode. Thank you for the reminder. We got Danny in the gym making some gains, obviously rocking his American flag bandana. He's got his Papa Swolio for President merch. And he says, channeling my inner Papa this morning. Hashtag GTTFG. Nice beard, bro. Nice beard.
Wow. The little rascal has spirit.
That's a fucking beard, bro. All right, we got Anna. I love how these posts are like at the top of the screen, bottom of the screen. It's like the little DVD logo bouncing around. They're just everywhere. Should we do that? Should we do that with the post? You ready? Bink. Bink. Is it going to get the corner? Oh, boom. Bink. Boom. Boom. Hold on. Bink. Wait, it's going to get it. 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 Hey! That just felt right. No, not Pong, the DVD logo. Come on, you guys know that. The DVD logo at the beginning. No one? Come on, you guys know what I'm talking about. When you're loading up a DVD like the waiting screen, the screensaver. All right, Anna says, I'm freaking out about buying my first house. That's what I'm struggling with. LOL, do I really want this responsibility? Kind of side eye, frown face. So this is, I guess, in response is accountability text, a little leftover from earlier in the week. Freaking out about buying my first house. So I'm not sure where you are in that house buying process. I'm just going to be, it depends on what your situation is, but definitely not a good time to buy. That's for sure. Interest rates are ridiculous and the value that you're getting for these houses, so it depends. It depends on what your financial situation is and where you're located. Of course, different markets, different places. Yeah, it's a ton of responsibility. It's a ton of responsibility. And just keep in mind, what you're paying, the interest rates, the taxes where you are, the maintenance, anything you have to do on the property or the house, make sure your inspections and all that stuff. In many cases, it's a money pit. I mean, I prefer Bitcoin over real estate. I think that's a better, but that's just it's not financial advice, but there's pros and cons. So buying your house is definitely an individual situation and the markets vary. So I don't know if any of you are looking for a house right now. But there's definitely pros and cons. So it really depends on your individual situation. But of course, if you really want to customize, you want to do whatever you want, you need to own your own property. So it really does depend. There's going to be some good deals out there. And there might be some sentiments out there that housing prices might come down, they might crash soon. So if you're looking, it could be a good time to look at least get an idea of what you want. And like anything else, you have to bide your time. You have to kind of wait and then strike when you find something or when you're ready. So it really depends on what rate you can borrow money at. And of course, different markets are going to be different. Like Florida was exploding, especially since COVID, Texas and Florida, because people like freedom apparently. And I don't blame them. And they want to move somewhere and they were just flooding down to these areas. So a lot of areas, just the supply just plummeted. And a lot of people are being boxed out, especially with all the money printing. So it can be tough. But anyway, good for you. So in other words, I support that. And, if that's right for you and your family and whatever you're trying to do and you have a good situation, it can be a good move. So it's very individualized. When we're talking about that kind of stuff, it's not financial advice. It's just in a general approach. But I think the average home price is what, $450,000 or $500,000, which is absolutely insane. And it's not just that. It's not just the average home price. It's like 7% interest rates when you're talking about $500K. That's retarded. It was actually normal for a long time. People got used to 0%, 1%, 2%. So people were spoiled for a long time and didn't realize it. So it's actually more normal. But relatively speaking, the house price, the housing price. I mean, if it's 7%, but it's on 200 or 300, that's a whole different thing. All right. Mark says, right now I'm struggling with trying to find a new job. I graduated with my bachelor's degree in healthcare administration and management a year ago, and it's been nothing but a nightmare to find something new because of how everything is going on. Have my standards of what I'm looking for and will not settle for anything less, but I can't let this get me down. I'm going to keep on applying to any job that fits my needs, I suppose. I have to translate or get some spell corrector there, or that I feel like will make a good fit for me. Can't let rejection letters keep pushing me down. If anything, it's making me want to work even harder. So I continuously revamp my cover letters and my resume just to match the needs for these jobs. I want to point out, I thought these texts to Papa weren't really read to him at first when I started messaging him until I sent him something similar to this, and he responded with, maybe you should put pronouns in your resume. That's right. I try to respond. Look, when you reply, I know sometimes I don't respond. So don't think I don't read these. Like, I read them here because there are a lot of people in the Swole fam, and there's a lot of texts that come back. So I can't respond to all of them. So what I do like, and you guys know this, I'll send out a text or I'll send out a certain thing, and then we'll go back and forth, and first come, first serve. Whoever's texting me back in the moment, I'll be like, hey, what are you struggling with right now? How can I help? And we'll go back and forth, and I'll try to juggle like 10, 15, 20 conversations, in a short period of time, but I can't sit there forever. So I try to get as many as possible, but I definitely see them. That's why we read them here. And definitely if I see a couple responses pop back and something tickles my fancy, I'll try to get back to it intermittently. So I definitely see them. We definitely see them. Of course, we read them here, but I appreciate you guys understanding that sometimes I can't get back to every message. So it's hard. But I appreciate the responses. And sometimes, of course, we read here like big, long responses. And I really appreciate you guys putting the time into responding to that. That's why I like to read them here and spend a little more time on it. And honestly, if you put your pronouns in your resume, look, here's the thing. You might get a better chance of getting hired if you do, but you probably wouldn't want to work at a place that is like, ooh, he has pronouns. Oh, he's such a thoughtful person. He's so thoughtful about what he's really thinking about how we can welcome him into our fold. So you probably don't want to work anywhere that you want to put your pronouns. Obviously, it was a joke. Nick says on Rumble, many of the, quote, jobs that are posted online are not actually available jobs. They are what I call ghost jobs. It's a way to appear the job market is open, but they never actually hire anyone. Yeah, that's true. And a lot of these places, right, or they have high turnover, and you'll see sponsored, right? They'll sponsor a post. Maybe it's on LinkedIn or certain places. So they'll promote a job opening. And a lot of these companies, especially larger companies, it'll just be open all the time. They just have these ads all the time. They just leave them out there because people are always leaving, or, it doesn't hurt for them to get more resumes. It just gives people false hope. And I agree with that. So a lot of posts or a lot of things that are online are not really jobs, or they're jobs that are super generic, and I don't know who they hire for them. So I think it is also a little bit of not a scam, but these websites do need to, any of these jobs or any of these sites that need to offer jobs, they need to have more job opportunities. Because if you have a company, hey, come to my site, we'll find you a job. We have a lot of companies that post jobs here, and then people find, if you have a website, one of those hiring websites, it behooves them to have more posts about jobs. So they kind of fluff it. It's like bots on TikTok. A lot of followers and likes and views and stuff are nonsense spam on these apps and stuff too. So it's like that. Jay Money says there's also a shit ton of jobs that aren't posted and usually only available by word of mouth. True. It's who you know. It's who you know. So it's good to network and, get involved in other ways. Cool. Melissa says I'm currently wearing my she/swole shirt at the fucking gym. That's awesome. Elizabeth says, I read somewhere that HR professionals actually overlook resumes with pronouns. Isn't that ironic? So they hire HR, which are usually these commies that institute all these bullshit policies. But when you have someone that applies with pronouns in their bio, you're like, I wouldn't hire them. If you have pronouns, I wouldn't hire them because they're going to be a problem. That's just a recipe for disaster. Okay. Let's get into Alabaster. My husband was job hunting a few months ago. The amount of scams was eye-opening. Do you have any examples? In what sense? Just like fake jobs, or they were looking for Nick says it was like the library director position I applied to. They stated it was open to the public after internal staff rejected the position. Come to find out they hired internally. Yeah, it's weird. Papa talks faster than I text. I better. All right, if you want to get on the email list, I mean, why wouldn't you? It's free. Go to makeemailswoleagain.com. Also, when the app drops, you'll get first notifications, specials, of course, like the daily emails that go out. So go to makeemailswoleagain.com. Links are in the description below if you're not on there yet. Let's get into a couple responses to Happy Independence Day. It's the 4th of July, but we don't celebrate the 4th of July. Who cares what the day of July is? It's independence. It's the independence of the United States. Leslie says, Happy Independence Day, Papa. Spent the entire day cleaning out my chicken coop and then cleaning my own coop, aka my house. We had my parents over for dinner and fireworks. Husband grilled steak, ribs, and shrimp. Well, I baked sweet potatoes. It was hot and humid outside, but the fireworks were awesome. Everyone had a great time. Till our next Swole America Day. Leslie, that's fucking awesome. You're getting American. Good for you. Glad you had fun. Steven says, Happy Independence Day to you too, Papa. I'm blessed to have run into you on YouTube, and I consider your daily wisdom and philosophy priceless. Why, thank you, Steven. And I really mean it. What did I smash today? Suitcase carry, long distance, 35-pound kettlebell for 3.5 kilometers and 40 feet. You get tired. When you get tired, you just pass the kettlebell to the other hand and keep going. Proper form is essential. At the end of the workout, you feel like a beast from hell. I also watched what I ate and drank. No reason to be a little bitch tomorrow if I crush it today. And yes, that's all as per your advice. Good for you, dude. Good for you. Suitcase carry is great. If you don't know what that is, it's just a single arm carry. It's like you're carrying a suitcase. And that's really good for core. It's really good for grip strength. It's really good for it's nice. It's nice to have that instability. I do think those things are good to practice, and kettlebells are great with that. NP says the amount of people that just don't show to interviews are insane. Yeah, I can imagine. Look, since this whole turnover and since the economy, took a tank and all this stuff, I mean, I've been doing this Swolenormous. I started this, 8 years ago. So it's been a while since I see it on my end. I see a lot of shit, but I don't know what that kind of market looks like, but I'm sure it's gotta be crazy. Super competitive, but also just, there's so many people. I think it's, what people don't understand, a lot of people are looking for jobs, but as someone who runs his own business and hires people, it's hard to find good people. It really is hard to find good people. So as much as you might be looking for something, man, these people people don't show up to interviews. You just get resumes and people that just don't know how to communicate at all, or an interview, and people don't know how to talk. It's just really hard to find a good person. So it goes both ways too. It goes both ways. Now, it might be different if you have a major, huge company and people are like, hey, we need a front desk person, or you're just cogs in the machine, so to speak. If you have a smaller business, you really need that person to be part of that culture. You need that person to have certain ideals, whether it's an ideology or just a certain way they carry themselves for the culture of your company, especially if it's small. You bring in a bad person, you have a bad person in your community or your job, it'll be a cancer that spreads. It doesn't need to be complicated. So you hire the wrong person, they can just eat your business from the inside out. You have to know when to fire. So you have to be really good of just okay. And it's happened before where I just I'll have to cut someone out, or if it's a member, or if it's something that's, no, it's not worth it. It's worth a short term, no, that doesn't fly, or get out, or cancel this person, or whatever it is, whether it's someone that's doing some work, contracting, whatever it is. But you have to get rid of those poisons really quick. Let's get into some knowledge cock, fam. Gorillas. Hi, puppy.
Hi, puppy.
All right. So let's do it. Luke Jarac. We'll take some questions. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio if you want to get your question answered. Papa Swolio, how to exercise after a big abdominal surgery. Recommendations, please. Talk to your physical therapist. How about that? Whatever you're medically cleared to do, you can do. I don't know anything about what you did, but yoga is great. Whatever you're medically cleared, if you're medically cleared for yoga and stuff, that's a great place to start. But talk to your physical therapist. If you didn't get physical therapy or recommended something after your surgery, it's just another shitty feather in the sick care system's hat. That'd be shameful. JXMLL Papasolio, what time do you go to bed? I'm trying to think. 10 to 11-ish, varies. Depending on when Mama Solio gets home or when certain things, it fluctuates. I just make sure I get my quality sleep, but I don't have a set time. Like, I have to be in bed at this time. It's not super regulated, but that's generally ballpark. If we eat later in the evening and then wind down, I don't really look specifically at what the time is, but general ballpark. Basils? Cododes. You got a lot of HS. Way too many HSs. What is this? What kind of a name is this? I'm going to boo you on this one. I'm going to give you Matt Damon. For your parents.
Inconceivable!
No, I appreciate it, but Basils? It's a cool name. Cotodes. Basils Cotodes. It's a cool name. It is a cool name. I'm just trolling you. How to get bigger biceps without any weights. Okay, now I'm not trolling you. Now I'm not trolling you. Now I'm upset.
What the fuck is
You made
that?
Papa upset. You made me upset. How dare you? How dare you?
How dare you?
How to get bigger biceps without any weights? I mean, pull-ups? There you go. That's about it. Good luck with that. Lift heavy things. I mean, you have to lift things. Now, it doesn't have to be dumbbells. You don't have to spend $10,000 with the home gym, but you got to lift things. Come on, man. What kind of a question is that? Marwiz. Papa Swoy, do you eat a big breakfast? And what do you eat for breakfast and for dinner? Do I eat a big breakfast? No. I will eat. I just don't feel like waking up and like going to the kitchen and cooking egg. I like to move. So I'll wake up and I'll have my drink, my electrolytes and creatine and glutamine and stuff first thing in the morning. Then I have a shake with water. So I do a lot of liquids in the morning. Then I go to coffee and raw cream and stuff like that. So I'm drinking a lot of fluids. I go 32 or whatever, like a big mason jar of water and electrolytes and creatine and stuff. And then I make a shake after, and I'm taking the dogs out. So I'll drink that when I'm taking the dogs out, walking in the grass, getting some sun on my tits. And then I make a protein shake or whatever. And then I go outside and I'm watering the garden and stuff like that. And then I'll make coffee and we'll come in and do the show and stuff like that. But if Mama Solio is cooking, I would eat some eggs. It wouldn't be I wouldn't say it's a massive breakfast, but it would be like, if I was going to make eggs or she was making eggs, probably make me like 4 eggs or so over easy or sunny side up and some glass of fresh orange juice. And I don't know if it'd be any carbs, maybe. Yeah, it'd probably just be eggs and I don't know, whatever. But for dinner, usually, but then I kind of eat throughout the day, but I'll have shakes and I'll have fruit and I'll have steak. So usually what I'll do is maybe just have like the shake in the morning, but then maybe after the show, depending on if I want to lift, because I'm going to do some accessory work today for lifting. It's 12 o'clock. Let me tell you, fam, in Florida, it's so fucking hot. It's so hot. So I'm probably not going to go outside and do my training like at, 12:30 or 1 o'clock. I'm going to try to let that go like 3, 4. It's still hot. It doesn't really, it's probably even hotter then. So I will maybe eat something like leftovers too. So I like cooking extra steak because if I eat most of it, because if we cook like big steaks, I might eat the whole thing. And she might not eat the whole thing. So we'll have leftovers and I'll eat some of that. And then later on we'll cook fresh. So I might have 2 meals later in the day and shakes and stuff before and after a workout. So I'm getting stuff throughout the day. Okay, let's see here. On Telegram, Carson, I wanted to start incorporating deadlifts into my training. This morning I did a four heavy sets of 5. That seemed pretty taxing. What would be your recommendation on sets and reps? Should it be less or am I being a biche? That's way, I'm just going to tell you, you already did it. I'm not trying to discourage you, but that's way too much volume and intensity. Was that to failure? You did 4 heavy sets of 5. How many did you have left in the tank? Because whenever you're implementing a new exercise, this is a good question topic. Whenever you're implementing a new exercise that you haven't done in a couple months or longer or several weeks, I would not push to failure. So you know how we always say, I usually train between 0 and 1 reps in reserve. So if I do my last rep, I either maybe could get 1 more, or maybe I would fail if I tried another one. So I'd be like, let's say I do 6 reps. I'd be like 6. And then boom, let's say it's a chest press and I put it down. So if I attempted that next one, maybe I could have gotten 1 more, but I would have been like really fighting for it, or maybe I would have failed. If you're implementing a new exercise, you want to leave like 2 in the tank. It's just really hard to know if you really had 2. You have to really know what RIR is. You have to really know what failure is for you and what it feels like so you can gauge 2. Because most people, if they gauge 1 RIR, they really have 2 or 3. And people that gauge 2 RIR probably have 3 or 4 or more, and they're not getting any stimulating reps. So if it's a new exercise, because of the new strain, the new stress, the new this, that, and the other, you don't want to push as close to failure. You want to leave like 2 in the tank. You want to really do sub-fail. Carson says, I had to take a break after 3 reps on the last set. It's just too much volume. You went too intense and you did too much. Like I would have done 2 sets, leaving at least 2 in the tank. You want to just get the form and expose your body to it. So you're probably going to be sore as shit and really fatigued, and you got to be careful with that. So I don't even like for a working, I'm not saying you have to do exactly what I do, but for working sets, for an exercise, I rarely do more than 2. Sometimes I'll do 3 if that's my only. So for example, if I was doing a leg workout and I wanted to do Smith machine squats that day with my feet flat, because I do pendulum squats, I'll do hack squats a certain way. But if my feet were flat on a barbell squat or on a Smith machine and I'm going all the way down, I'm getting so much adductor work. So I wouldn't have to do any kind of like additional adductor work for that session. So when I did Smith machine squats like a week or 2 ago, I just did 3 sets instead of 2, and I just didn't do adductors because squats are quads and adductors. So Carson says, I'm also gauging the weight and was increasing each set to find that real hard weight. Yeah, but it's the first time you're implementing it. Like, it's not about getting to that high intensity. Just be mindful. I suspect that you're going to be really feeling banged up. And don't be surprised if you feel exceptionally sore just because you probably went harder than you should and did more volume and more intensity. Just keep in mind, anytime you're implementing a new exercise, you can go hard, but you don't want to go to absolute failure. You're going to cause much more fatigue, and you're going to feel it's going to be much harder to recover from just because of the new neural adaptations. And it's not like you've never done it before. It's just going to be a little bit more rusty for you. So you just want to expose your body to it. And then the upcoming sessions, the upcoming weeks, you can start pushing closer to that failure point and training harder. You know, it's like, hey, I've never done this exercise before. It's like, for example, maybe I haven't gone swimming I used to go swimming. I haven't done it in a long time. And you go in there and you do like 5 miles in the pool. You're going to be fucking destroyed. It's not smart. Right? Dennis in the Telegram chat, what's the first energy source my body wants to use? ? The food I eat, the fat storage. How do you make the body use a specific energy source? Intensity and duration of exercise. So if you're doing high intensity, short duration exercise, your body doesn't know the duration of the activity. It knows the intensity first. So if you sprint full out, it's going to be using creatine phosphate to replenish ATP, for explosive movements. Like for a training set, it's going to be creatine phosphate system, but then it's going to go into the glycolytic system. So that's why if you sprint all out and you keep on going as hard as you can, after a few seconds or 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 15 seconds, you can go all out. But then if you're sprinting as hard as you can, what happens? You just start going slower. You're not going to be going as fast as you were going or as hard as you were doing in the first 10, 15 seconds. So eventually you're going to have to go to like a run and then a jog, and eventually relative to your max potential, if you do that for 2, 3, 4 minutes, you're going to be jogging. Like you're going to start running. You have to slow down. You can't marathon sprint. You can't sprint a marathon. Even the best in the world, that's still a pace. They're not running a mile as fast as they possibly can. They are when they're competing, but they have to string 26 of them together. So they're not going all out on the first one. You know what I mean? They're pacing themselves. And then your body goes more into the oxidative system for more energy replenishment. It starts tapping more into like fat, because fat is more of a lower intensity. Like right now I'm not utilizing, I don't say burning, but like I'm not utilizing a lot of energy right now, but the 100% or as close to it as possible is from fat. Just because I don't have any intensity right now. My output is 0. And of course, if you're in like a slight calorie deficit, et cetera, then your body will look for energy in different places. And what you really want to do is build more muscle. So your body, what you're consuming, your body is feeding into the muscle tissue and repairing the lean mass rather than storing fat. So if you're in a slight calorie deficit or maintenance and you're not eating excessive carbohydrates and water retention, you can trim and metabolize fat over time at rest because you have more lean mass. Your metabolism improves. This is why people that are just starving themselves trying to lose weight, they're skinny fat and they have trouble losing weight because they have no muscle. You have to build muscle and then you'll metabolize more fat at rest. It's Bear Hunt. Okie dokie. Papa Soy, what's your favorite meat? No. I like steak. My favorite cut of meat, I'm a ribeye guy. I'm a ribeye guy. Let's see the tainty man, by the way. Aww. No collar today. He's still got a little bit of the heat rash, but it's getting much better. Look at that sweet, sweet tainty man. Let's get a little round of applause for the taint.
I give it a 10.
He's a cute boy.
A 10. A fucking 10.
He's a cute man. Everyone likes a little bit of taint in the morning. Everyone likes a little bit of taint here. Just get a little exposure. Look at that. Get a little taint. He's showing a little bit. He's being a little bashful, but he's showing it. He's showing it. He has no balls, so he has an extra long taint. Respect. Respect the taint. London broil. This dude likes shoe leather. London broil is great for jerky. Hey, Papa, volume or high-intensity training? High-intensity training. Volume should be adjusted based on your recoverability. Sofia Garcia Lugo. Papa Swolio, quiero ir al gimnasio, pero no tengo dinero. Then train at home or get a job. Or Sophia, or how about this, Sophia, or don't be a slut, so you're a higher value female, so you could find a man that will pay for the gym for you. You could do that. So you got two options. Get a job or find a man to pay for it for you. It's not that complicated. It's two options. Champagne Cali, Papa Soya, what's your secret to golden skin, my bro? Oh, stop.
We choose truth over facts.
Making me blush through my gains. Son, proper nutrition. I don't consume vegetable oils and seed oils and ultra-processed foods. I eat quality food. I get quality sleep. I get wonderful, delicious sun. There's the answer. Jenna A. Harvey, 12. Papa Soy, was there a workout you can recommend for a first timer? Is there? Yes, there is. I would recommend, I would recommend joining the Swole fam over at swolenormousx.com and starting the 90-day dash program. That's what I created for all levels, but it's great for beginners. You can also start with starter classes in the yoga section. We have over 400 mobility classes. Swollen 7 mobility is a great place to start in Swole Enormous X also. So, of course, there's a lot of other things out there. We have free classes in the bios and links down below and all that stuff. There's free classes, so many on Instagram. We have links everywhere. But that's why I created it. So it's not just a shameless plug. It's also for that question, right? Like literally, Swole Enormous X was created for, hey, what should I do? Or how can I do this? Or what's better, intensity or volume? That's why we have Maximum Swole. That's why we have the 90-day dash. That's why we have the yoga studio. So that's why I created all of that. So it's there. Nick says, the owner of my gym was asked, what's the cure for arthritis pain? His answer, a big glass of shut the fuck up. Hey, that guy's based. All right, any other questions? It looks like that's it. Oh, we got one more. I see one on the Rumble chat is popping today. Rumble's doing great, huh? Glad it worked today. Yesterday was whacked. By the way, just in case, if you don't know, I think everyone kind of knows. I mentioned it yesterday, but yesterday on Rumble, I didn't want to upload the podcast again. You could find it on YouTube or find it on Spotify. It's just a partial episode. For whatever reason, it didn't stream to Rumble until like 50 minutes in. So you only got like the balls deep or the tail end of the show. So I'm just not going to go through. I'm not going to upload the whole, whatever. Maybe I will, probably won't. But just in case you're wondering how come it was limited, it was weird. Yesterday, it just didn't stream at all. I don't know. I did the same thing today as I did yesterday. Yesterday, it just didn't work. So today I made sure, okay, is it streaming? Okay, we can start. Nick says, Papa Soy, I'm confused on what is considered full range of motion when doing a leg press. Should the knees stop just before tapping the chest, then explode up, or should the knees actually tap the chest? It's a good question. It depends on your pelvis and your lower back too. Your pelvis can move a little bit, but meaning is your lower back going to roll up on the leg press? So if you want to bias your quads more, since you can't train hamstrings, you could train glutes more. If you put your feet higher, you're going to get much more glute activation. So a single leg press, I use the Cybex squat press, single leg and a high position for glutes. It's nasty. If you do a single leg, put the other foot on the ground. But if you're trying to train your quads, then you want your feet to be on the bottom of the platform. And your heels can actually come up a little bit too, kind of like a Tom Platz hack squat. Like your heels can kind of come up a little bit, or if you're using platform like lifting shoes, they might stay flat. So you don't want your heels necessarily coming up too much, but they can. It's not a bad thing. You just got to adapt to it. So in terms of tapping the chest, my knees are not that close together when I do leg press. So they're going to be to the sides, but you should get as much knee flexion as you can comfortably while making sure that your hips are being driven down. So if you have limited mobility, you're not going to be able to go as low. And it doesn't mean that you can't get benefits from the leg press. Just make sure that the leg press, you want the back pad to be as low as possible. So as like horizontal to the ground as you can. And some leg presses don't go far down enough. But if you lower it all the way down, and then it hits the stopper at the bottom, you can put a pad behind your back. You can put like a RX pad or a yoga mat or something there to kind of move you closer. That way you can get more depth. So full range of motion, it really depends. Full range of motion depends on the ability of the person to get, like, what's the range of motion that you can do safely? So you shouldn't, under load, you shouldn't do something where your form, like if you try to do the range of motion that I have, but you don't have the ankle mobility or the hip mobility, then you shouldn't do it. You should work on your ankle and hip mobility and then improve that, right? You can follow up with that question. JM just bought an assault bike. Best for fat loss? Question. A slower marathon or a set of sprints? Yeah, I don't have one of those, but I have a Versa Climber, and I also, there's other ways to do intense. I would do interval. Do like 20 or 30 seconds on, a minute or two slow, and this, that, and the other. So you do high intensity interval, do short. You'll get more into zone 2. I'm not a fan of like long, slow duration on the machines. You can go for a walk or, do stuff like that, or do some reverse sled or some club swinging and stuff, or sauna for like lower intensity, longer duration. But if I had one of those and I was going to use it, I would do more of like the intervals. Personally. Papa, when you coming out with the book? Well, I have one, the 7 Pillars ebook. Go to swolenormousx.com and download your free copy. Maybe I'll put it into a full book and stuff like that. Whatever. But we've got like, 300 at this point. I haven't updated that page, but it's like 300 plus whatever 1,000 downloads. Pretty sweet. Over the years. And it's free, so it's different than selling a book, but I guess I could write something. We'll see. Maybe I'll turn the 7 Pillars into like something longer, because I have the Beyond 7 Pillars ebook, which is like 30 or 40 pages. I can always expand that or redo it. I probably should redo all that stuff. I haven't read that in 8 years. No joke. I haven't, or maybe it's been a little bit shorter, maybe 6 years, because I did some edits or updated it. I got to update a bunch of the stuff with like Nutrition Jumpstart, because when we release the app, when we launch the app, like we're going to be fucking going hard pushing that, promoting that. Questions 1, 2, 3, done. Balls deep time.
That's deep.
Balls deep time. Let's fucking go. All right, here we go. Come out with a cookbook, yo. No, I'm not a fucking cookbook. How many people sell these fucking, here's how you cook the cookbook? We have thousands of recipes in the kitchen. My cookbook's going to be like steak. Here's how you cook a steak. That's my cookbook. It's like my intermittent fasting book. It's going to be blank. Stop fucking eating. Yeah. My cookbook is going to be how to cook a steak. It's going to be like 5 recipes. Cookbook. Learn how to fucking cook. Cookbook. No, we have all the recipes in the kitchen. Oh, fam, in the app, the search function's insane. You're going to love it. You guys are going to love it. You're going to be able, with filters, you can filter, depending, like we might have like we're going to have the filter, like the search, you could have filters for, like for yoga. When you click the filter, like we already have it on the site, but on the app, you're going to be able to filter by instructor, by by length, by body part, like with recipes. You could probably do the search function and, you know, whether it's carnivore or this, that, and the other. The search function filters are super dope, fully customizable. So I'm so stoked. I don't want to keep on talking about the features, but it's awesome with the calendar. You can take, you can schedule, you can schedule yoga classes and add them to your calendar. It's so fucking cool. It's so cool. Adding classes to your favorite lists, and you have different favorite lists, and it's so awesome. It's so awesome. So excited. I'm just edging Lacey over here. Lacey's like, come on and fucking release it. It's so cool. It's going to be so cool. So the usability is just, it's going to revolutionize Swolenormous X just because of it streamlines a lot of things. So it's fucking cool. And I'm already, so I can already test it. So like in my test, so as we edit it, I can load it up and play with the app and test it out. I'm like, hey, let's move this here. I don't like the way that looks. And different sections have really good organization. So right now I'll give you a little insight. Right now we have the yoga section. You click on the yoga section, you have all these sections with like the arrow down, you hit it and boom, it just pulls down that section, whether it's like express, whether it's starter classes. So it just like pops it down and you click on that and it just opens up the fucking class and it loads and it plays like immediately. It's so fast. It's so cool. It's so dope. And then like there's the button right there. You can stream it right to your TV, like the Chrome Play or the Apple Cast and stuff. Super awesome. Very exciting. Very exciting. And you could download, right? You can download the videos in the app and the audio. So you can have your favorite list of certain brain gains. You can schedule your brain gains. You could add like the certain brain gains to every day, 5 minutes. You can add it to your calendar. It's so cool. It's so cool. So it's gonna be awesome. So with the members, like when you get access to it, and this is what's gonna be really fun about launching it. You know, I'm not expecting everything to be perfect, but because we have just, you guys know, like thousands of pieces of content that we have to update and links and make sure. So as you guys get into it and use it, if there's any issues, like we'll be in the chat and be like, hey, we probably will have like a special, might create another Telegram chat or something where it's like just for the app where people can, hey, you know, what about this? Or, oh, I noticed this here, and we can make edits and tweaks, because it's really great. Like for just me looking through it, and you might not catch everything, but yeah, it's gonna be really dope for like searching instructional videos and stuff like that. Remember we got a question a while back, like, hey, can you search the GIFs and stuff like that? You're gonna be able to search, and you're gonna be able to search and filter through the instructional video library. So when you do a search, you can search like for a body part and it'll pull up the instructional videos and whatnot. So we're just gonna add more, and it's gonna be very easy to access and to find the content, especially as we start developing more. So I'm really excited for the app to launch, because I'm really excited to create a lot of new content for X. Very excited. Okay, God damn, he's so cute. Aww. Damn, he's so cute. Again, just a heads up, it's going to be for Android and it's going to be for Apple. It is not going to be for Jitterbug. Sorry, we do not have the Jitterbug iOS. So just a heads up for anyone using the Jitterbugs out there. We do not have an app for you. Sorry, Jitterbug peeps. Okay, Razor. Oh, we're in balls deep, so late on the question, but I'll finish that. Do you ever get tendon injuries? Got my first elbow pops, snaps on the negatives. Not sure what you mean, but sure, you can get overuse injuries. Yeah, I mean, I've had injuries like my shoulder, like, ooh, I kind of tweak something, you know, be mindful of it for a little bit. I'll do some more corrective exercise stuff, back off it for a little bit, or change what exercise I use and work around it. Yeah, it happens. Alabastard, love the idea of an app. I live out of my smartphone for work, and this would be ideal for me. Yeah, I mean, the website's already mobile optimized, but it's going to be even better just because you can, if you don't get good service, you can download your classes and then play them offline within the app. So it's going to be sweet. Yeah, Cerny's out of luck. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you. All right, balls deep. Where are we? What are we doing here? Fam, pick a number. 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. Drum roll. First one I see. Come on, let's wrap up this train. Let's end strong. 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, 3. Da, na, na, na. someone drop Isabel Covio in the Daily Swole Telegram chat. Number 3. Here we go. Isabel. Isabel, straight to the corner with you. Damn. In the Telegram chat, in a good-natured way, can you guys just shame Isabel in the meantime? Can we shame her for a second as she goes to the corner?
Shame.
Just point and say shame. Shame.
Shame.
It's like you guys you can't win. You pick a number, it's like you're going to get shamed. It's going to be a huge pile of garbage. But you know this already. All right. Thank Isabel for this. It's called If You Have an American Flag. Isabel says, what did I do? You didn't do anything wrong. This is just what happens.
A flag outside of somebody's house.
You did this, Isabel.
A flag outside of somebody's house. I just automatically assume you racist.
Almost definitely, but we felt that way for years.
All right, so the stupid is strong with these two. So if you have an American flag outside your house, I just automatically assume you're racist. This is the least racist country in the world, probably. So there's that too. Considering we literally got rid of slavery, other countries still have slavery, if you don't know. But you don't know that because you're stupid. Okay, let's continue.
I'm 51, but we felt, almost definitely, but we felt that way for years. I'm 51, and even as a kid, we knew. It was understood. If there was an American flag at their house, they some racist-ass white motherfuckers. That's just...
So this is the gaslighting, right? This woman is racist. The woman before is racist. Like, they're telling you that they're racist, and they're blaming you for being racist. If you're white and you have an American flag. Well, I got that, and I got an American flag behind me. I don't have to tell you that I'm not racist, but I'm not. I mean, if you give me look, I don't care what color you are. If you're stupid or you do dumb shit, when we see black people rioting in the streets, that's not racist, but I mean, that's just a terrible idea. So stupid people come in all different shapes and sizes and colors. I don't care what melanin concentration your skin is. If you say stupid shit, you do stupid shit. I mean, it is what it is. So we just don't want to have these conversations where we have overwhelmingly amounts of stupid shit and rioting coming from certain groups of people. You don't see, there's January 6th, but that was completely overblown. But what about the BLM riots of 2020, where there's like $2 or $3 billion worth of damage? What, probably 98 or 99%? The George Floyd riots, all black people. I'm not saying anything that's untrue. And that's not being racist. That's just an observation. Just watch the videos. So, it's like, we can't have honest conversations about facts. It doesn't mean you're racist. But if you're saying that because I have an American flag, I hate black people because of the way they look, that's insane. That's just patently absurd. Okay.
American flag at their house. They some racist-ass white motherfuckers. That's just what it was. I thought everybody thought that or knew that. It's funny to see that they're saying it now, and it's like it's kind of new, but no. Yeah, been thinking about that. Thought that forever.
Yeah, so she's been racist forever. Okay, good to know. Nice. Sweet. Cool story, Hansel.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
I guess there's that. Okay. Just speaking about different cultures and races, have you seen the stuff with in Europe, in Germany and France and these other countries where, like, it's not just the United States with like the borders, how the porous borders, they're just immigrating like tons and tons of Muslims and people from other countries and Africa and stuff into those European states. I don't know if you guys have heard that. You've seen like the rioting and you've seen all like the crime skyrocketing and stuff. And so the stats on who is perpetuating these crimes, like the rapes and all the assaults and stuff. And it's like overwhelmingly like 90+% at least. It's all people that are non-citizens, that are illegals or migrants and from other countries. Like, it's not German citizens, or it's all these people that you just bring in. If you bring in tons and tons of people, and a lot of them are criminals, that don't care about your culture, that have different, just completely different belief systems, your society is going to absolutely get destroyed. If you have a constitutional republic like we have, and you just literally import communists and people that don't give a fuck about your country, what do you think is going to happen to your country? It's going to fall fucking apart. It's not racist. It's just an observation. There are a lot of shitty people out there. Why do you think they all want to come here? Because it's awesome. Okay. But then when you make the observation, right, and you'll say that, like in this country, right, you'll say we're black people. What is it? What's the percentage of people that are black in this country? Like 17%. But you say 17% of the population is responsible for, what is it, 50 or 75% of the crime and X, Y, and Z. That's not racist. That's an observation. That's statistics. That's like, oh, there's something fundamentally wrong in the culture in those communities. And you'll say, oh, it's the oppression, it's systemic racism. It is not. There's poor white people that aren't going around just like raping everyone or murdering people or attacking people in the streets. Like there's something fundamentally wrong. It's not about, there's something else there, you know, something else there. You seen the people, the videos of all the people raiding these stores where there's no white people doing that shit. There might be some. I haven't seen, but there's just like tons. So why? Why is that? Why is like the rap culture and this kind of thug culture? Why is that? I mean, you know, you put these absolute idiots in with celebrity, right? All these like rappers that are just literally gangsters with terrible music and just garbage, and they put them on a pedestal and they want to act like them. Like that's a huge part of it for sure. But again, it's not racist. It's just an observation. I don't think anyone, I don't care what melanin concentration you have, you shouldn't be breaking the law and robbing stores. But when you have these cities that are promoting it, hey, you can steal less than $995 and you'll be fine. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to steal $994. They're going to steal much more and be like, fuck you. Come get it. Anti-racist, too much GTA 5. Yeah, no kidding. Razor says, do you hear about the guy in Africa calling for the death of all white people? No, but I'm not surprised. All right. So pick a number, 1 or 2. 1 or 2. What do we got? Let me scroll back up and see if we got a 1 or 2. To the corner, 1 or 2. Dennis in the Telegram chat. Number 1, don't celebrate. We're just fresh off 4th of July, so we got to watch all these trolls and these people. Don't celebrate. You're celebrating oppression. You're celebrating slavery. No, we're not. We don't have slavery anymore. So we're celebrating the good shit.
It's 4th of July weekend. There's so much to celebrate, right? No, there really isn't, because the truth of the matter is the freedom and independence that the 4th of July holiday is supposed to represent never included all Americans or all people in America, right?
It does. It does. As this woman is in America making a video, enjoying the freedoms and blah, blah, blah. This is just a grift. This is just a sick fucking grift.
So back in 1776, black folks were still enslaved. So that's not anything to celebrate. So what I want to challenge you to...
No, it's something to celebrate. You do realize this entire country was enslaved. We had to bend the knee to the crown. This is like, you do realize that everyone was essentially a slave for the British government. Like everyone was subordinate to the crown.
This weekend, and you should really do this every single day if you want to live an anti-racist lifestyle, but specifically for this weekend.
And by the way, anti-racist just means racist. It just means quote unquote. It's not reverse racism. Again, she's a racist. When you're obsessed with race, when you're obsessed with race, you are a racist. That's defining it. So there's no such thing as anti-racist. There's racism and there's anti-racism is neo-racism. It's this resurgence of being a racist with these compassionate equality overtones. It's just Marxism. It's identity politics. It's victimhood. It's all this kind of marginalization bullshit. Okay.
on the red, white, and blue, everything, ask yourself, where am I benefiting from the labor of Black people, and what am I giving to them in return?
Where am I benefiting from the labor of Black people? I have no fucking idea. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Oh yeah, support Black businesses. What? Do they have a good business? I don't know. Like, what are you doing? I don't care what color you are. Do you make a good product? Do you solve a pain point? Like, do I need a lawnmower and you have a dude who just happens to be of like African descent? Does he sell lawnmowers? Cool. Can I buy one? Yeah. Oh, you have a good price. Cool. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. I'll be back for all my lawnmower needs. This Black-owned business stuff, support Black-owned businesses. That's racist. How about supporting businesses? How about having more, trying to get back to more of a free market where competition wins out? If you make a better product, it doesn't matter if you're Asian or Black or Hispanic, like you will. You should be all American. That's the point. You hate this country, get the fuck out. I just posted this on X recently or earlier today. If you really hate this country, you don't like the flag. Oh, the flag waving is racist. Why aren't more people just saying, just get the fuck out? Seriously, you are here complaining. Go back to Africa or South America or wherever you came from. I don't know where you came from. I don't care. You're in this country. Are you going to be an American? Do you love this country? Do you want the freedoms or not? I don't like that flag waving. It means this. It does not. Get out. Like, get out. Leave. Seriously, if you're just going to stay here and just complain all the time, it's so annoying. Get the fuck out. No, get the fuck out. No one is forcing you to stay. Yeah, but no. You brought my ancestors over here. I didn't. You're free. We give us you free. Remember Amistad? Give us free. That's a badass movie. If you haven't seen it, Matthew McConaughey. Go back. Go back to wherever. Go back to where your ancestors are. You don't see people flooding back to Nigeria, flooding back to the Congo or whatever the fuck. I'm just saying, go back. If I was like, this country sucks, then I can go back. I don't know where my heritage is from. I'm not going to give the Chinese my DNA when I do the like 23andMe. You know, it's probably like Ireland or the UK and Germany and maybe some Nordic stuff, right? Hungarian. I don't know where my heritage is. I don't care. Russian, probably. It's like, just then go back. If you don't like it, go back. You can definitely go to other places. So anyway, look, or stay, but understand that this country's awesome. That's why you're here. You have the freedom to say these things, which is ludicrous. You have the freedom to say these things. So you do. You have the freedom. I'm not telling you can't say it, but I have the freedom to tell you that you're an idiot.
The labor of Black people, and what am I giving to them in return?
Money. If there is a Black person laboring, like I have, there's a really cool dude. I'm not sure what island. He's from the islands. Guy that he has a lawn service. He does a lawn. I'm not sure if he's from like Trinidad. I forget where I'm not sure exactly where he's from. Name's Pierre. Nice guy. He provides a service and I pay him the monies. That's how it works. How am I supporting paying? If you provide a service, you get paid. I don't care. Again, I don't care what your 23andMe says. If I need something done and you do it well, awesome. Okay.
Whether it's free labor, unpaid labor like social media, or whether it's inequitable paid labor, where are you benefiting from labor from us? And
inequitable pay labor, that doesn't exist. Black people are not getting paid less. Now, here's what they're going to say. Yes, they are. No. Are you stop. It's the same thing with the gender pay gap, which is nonsense. If you are not entering the same fields as, you're not doing the same work, then you're not going to get paid the same amount. Someone that's working at McDonald's is not going to get paid as an aerospace engineer. Okay.
What are you giving in return? Usually, if it's for social media, we give you specific directions on what to do after you consume our content. So do that today.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
Sit!
I don't know what the point of. I don't know what she was trying to say at the end. Cool. Yeah, black people are really hurting. NFL, NBA, like just music, entertainment. It's just terrible how many. It's awful how many millions and millions and millions of dollars. Like, why aren't you talking to LeBron James or all these people? Why aren't you talking to them? I'm not saying they've never given back, but they have tons of money. Why don't you go talk to them? And how come you're not giving back to your communities? How come you leave where you grew up? How come you leave the places and the communities that you grew up in and you don't give back? Most of these athletes and artists and things like that make so much fucking money, they move to LA. They move out of their small neighborhood or they move out of the hood or wherever they came from, and they don't go back and they don't invest back. And they just keep on playing the victim. Oh, people are oppressed. Like, what have you done? What are you doing with your hundreds of millions of dollars? Like, what are you doing with your local community? No, you left right away. You left, you got the fuck out, and you haven't gone back. So of course it's not better. People leave where they grew up. They leave and they don't go back, and that's why it's not improving. It becomes transient, and more people move in that don't have the same heritage and culture as to what you grew up. And then of course the place that you grew up is not like, it's nothing like where I left. It's because everyone left. Everyone grew up and got the fuck out. So of course the essence of your town or your community is changing or whatever. Anyway, people are just better overall. But when you have so much wealth and so much access and so much life so easy, relatively speaking, you're able to focus on race and shit like that. Like, just the obsession's insane when it's not there. When it's not there. If we had rampant slavery and there was slavery everywhere and we had like pure freedom and people were like, you know, lassoing black people in the streets, it would be something to deal with. It doesn't exist. Quite the opposite. We're just flooding our country with just criminal aliens. So no, you're not going to play this stupid fucking race card. It doesn't exist. Does not exist. Does not exist. However, if you keep playing the game, aka the game of life, acting like there's this boot on your neck and playing the victim, then okay, you can perpetuate as long as you want, but anyone that has 3 brain cells to rub together knows you're full of shit. All right, last one. Fat discrimination.
What's in the box?
Fat discrimination.
You can't discriminate against a weight? That's funny because doctors set weight limits and refuse to see patients above those weight limits, meaning fat people don't have equal access to healthcare.
Fat people have way too much access to food and terrible habits. So I don't know what you mean or what context where a doctor will not accept. Maybe it's because they're too high risk and they need special care and they need inpatient stuff. I've never heard of that. A doctor refuses to see patients over a certain weight. I don't know. Maybe it's their insurance. Maybe doctors, and it might not be their fault. A lot of these insurance companies are be like, no, we're not going to cover this because if you bring a 500, 600 pound person into your place, the risk is too high. We're going to, maybe there's like it doesn't cover them. And then they're liable because you're just going to blame them for anything that you did to your own body. So anyway, take care of your health, exercise, eat better food, eat less of the shitty food you're doing, make better choices. We talked about the hundreds of dollars people spend on garbage, Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu. They'll buy chips, Tostitos, all this garbage and be like, health food is so expensive. People can eat better. Everyone can eat better. Everyone can make better choices. They just don't. I'm not saying everyone's going to be able to eat ribeyes every night. I'm saying you can make much better choices with, let's go back to that stupid ass video. Sorry, I changed that.
You can't discriminate against a set weight limits and refuse to see patients above those weight limits, meaning fat people don't have equal access to healthcare.
I've never heard that.
Fat people also earn, on average, tens of thousands of dollars less per year than their straight-sized counterparts. Also,
I don't know what that means. I guarantee that this tens of thousands of dollars less per year is because they don't work as hard. They also don't work as often because they're sick or they're taking leave or they don't choose jobs that are going to pay higher. You don't see morbidly obese people on oil rigs. Now, oil rigs, you want to do some of these really hard laborious jobs, you're going to make a lot of money, but it's fucking high risk and it's hard to do. You see these guys like whipping the chains around on these oh, like these platforms, like these guys work fucking hard. So a lot of times these high risk or linemen, you're going up and you're changing, like you're doing all this kind of stuff electrically and all that stuff. You don't see morbidly obese people doing that because they're very physically laborious and you can't move. You can't move. You're a high risk and you're not healthy and you just don't have the dexterity and the mobility in order to execute these higher paying jobs.
Their straight-sized counterparts. Also, implicit bias governs how the doctors who do see them diagnose and treat those fat people.
It's not implicit bias. If you come in and you're 600 pounds, you don't take care of yourself. No one is ever accidentally, who knows how this happened? Oh my God, I was 600 pounds since I was born. Wrong. So it's not implicit bias, it's observation. Wow, you're 600 pounds. I wonder how that happened. It's a mystery. Some people are just 600 pounds. Your lifestyle habits are atrocious. So yeah, oh yeah, you're 600 pounds because of your thyroid. No, you destroyed your thyroid and now it's broken and you just keep on gaining weight. So it's, you were the cause of this. You're the cause of it. You just don't want to admit it. Who wants to take personal responsibility for your choices? That would be horrible.
So fatal diagnoses and cancers and chronic illnesses are missed in fat people because
probably because you can't fucking see it. How can you find that 3-pound tumor when you have 400 extra pounds on your body? It's going to be hard to find. It's going to be hard to find that tumor when you're 400 pounds. It's going to be fucking hard. Yeah. Probably should have thought about that before you ate all those Cheetos.
doctors just tell them to lose weight to solve their problems. Like Ellen Maud Bennett, who died of inoperable cancer after years of feeling unwell and being met with doctors who only provided suggestions of weight loss.
Do better for yourself. You should be losing weight. In other words, translation, you should be changing your habits so you don't have this extra fat. You have this extra fat in your body for a reason.
The world also refuses to construct airplane seats, stadium seats, MRI machines, etc. that actually fit fat bodies.
I'm not going to go into this. I'm not going to do this one anymore.
So, to sum up, fat people not only don't have the same access to things like travel and entertainment in public spaces, but they also don't get the same healthcare treatment because they either can't get preventative screenings, their doctors
based on your choices and lifestyle habits. So make better choices and then you don't have anything to complain about. So you don't want to do that. You want to have something to complain about. Otherwise, how are you going to get followers on TikTok? I get it. So don't change so you can keep complaining. Just some advice.
Implicitly biased and just refuse to look into their symptoms, or they're not even allowed to step foot in the office at all, on top of the fact that they're earning less per year. And
a doctor will not. Okay. Can someone tell me where there's a doctor that will not allow a sick patient in their door? Someone tell me where this doctor is. Tell me where this doctor is that will not accept a patient. Someone show me a doctor that will not accept money. You know what I get? You know what I bet where this comes from? I bet this person, this morbidly obese person, or this made up story doesn't have insurance. And the doctor's like, if you don't have insurance, like it's going to be this much, like, oh my God, you won't see me. And the doctor's like, your insurance, or we don't take that insurance, or, that insurance doesn't cover whatever it is. I guarantee it's something like that. I bet you that person can't get insurance because it's too expensive or something like that. And then, the doctor, it's not in the network or the doctor doesn't accept that. And then they're like, oh my God, this doctor didn't see me it was because I was obese. And the doctor's like, no, it's a liability. We can't cover it. Our insurance or our malpractice or whatever won't cover this. You need your own insurance and this doesn't blah, blah, blah. I'm sure it's something like that. What doctor's like, nah, I don't want money. Nah, I'm not going to see you. Oh, you're a sick person? The reason why I got into this is to help people? No. Fuck off. I don't think so. I've never heard that. I've never heard that. This doctor refused to see a sick person. Where is this story? Where is this? You hear them say it all the time. Where? That's a huge liability. Aren't they required to? I think a lot of places, it's like you have to at least refer out. Like there's whatever. It's just ridiculous. That never happened.
You think you can't discriminate against a weight. Just try compassion first.
Oh, yeah.
Not
compassion.
skepticism, not denial, not dismissive, garbage. Try curiosity first. Try
Curiosity? I'm curious. Why are you 500 pounds? I'm not curious about that. Try empathy first. Look, telling you to change lifestyle habits and you refuse to, your empathy runs out. I don't have empathy for people that refuse facts. I don't have empathy for people that refuse to take control of their lives. I'm over it. I don't care. If you want to be fat and morbidly obese, you don't want to exercise, I don't want to do that. It's everyone else's fault. I don't have empathy for that. I have empathy for someone who's trying hard and was misled and ate shit and realized, and learned on social media, found our videos and stuff. Like, oh my God, I need to change my life. And okay, you might be 300 pounds, but you're doing okay. We all start somewhere. Fine. Your parents didn't raise you well with that. And, you're not taught this in school because school is bullshit. Okay, I get it. But come on now. Curiosity? Why are you? I'm not curious. I'm really interested why this morbidly obese person is obese. It's not a mystery. It's not the fucking pyramids here. It's like, oh yeah, we know how this person got fat. It is the face hole. It's the face hole.
God damn it, I don't know what it is about your face,
your
but I want to
face.
deliver one of these right
It's
in
your face
suck
hole.
Is there anything I can do to work on that?
No, not
All
really.
right,
It's your face.
we have a throwback segment. No overtime today because of the holiday. We are going to go into a throwback and then we're giving away the swole card. Let's do it. Here we go. Let's pick one. That's scary. Let's do this.
What's in the box?
Throwback time.
An incredibly niche vent, and it's specifically for people who are into wearing chastity belts.
Oh God!
I really
can't.
enjoy wearing chastity belts. I like playing with chastity as a top and as a bottom.
It's fucking weird, man.
The one thing that I've not really heard anyone talk about is the way that chastity belts, like when you see people in the images wearing chastity belts, they are never wearing them tight enough. Like, babes, you could just reach in and touch if you wanted to.
Get the fuck away from me.
Point is that they don't move. Like, you can't reach under them, so they have to be really tight. I make it real sexy, but it just is tricky.
Don't show anything. Don't. Oh, thank God it stopped. Holy fucking shit. That is the worst septum piercing I've ever seen in my life. They're all bad. There's never a good septum piercing. That is the worst one. Jesus Christ. Look at that fucking ring. If you're just listening to the podcast, good. I'm telling you, I know we do video, but I really think this is an audio show. I really do think if you value your, what images go in your head, you just got listen to the audio. Just turn it off. Holy mother of fucking God.
Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn!
I think we all need to cleanse after that. Oh my God. What do you think, Tainty Boy? What do you think? Oh, what do you think, Mr. Tainty Man? Tantimian? Mr. Mustard? Mustard Man? Can I pet your snarbles? Zero fucks. No fucks. Oh, church. What's church doing? Drum roll. And there she is. Pinkston Churchill. Nah, she's all snuggled. She doesn't give a fuck. All right, fam, we're giving away the swole card right now. Come on now, hit the subscribe button, share the show with your friends. Thanks for being here, you sexy husbands. I said it was triple S. No, it's fucking Friday. That felt great. Oh my God. Oh, we have a winner. Who is this? Tainty Swole 11. What the fuck is that? Landed right on Rumble. Tainty Swole 11. Congratulaciones. Tainty Swole 11. Send us an email to support@swimrunners.com. Swole card 2982 in the subject. Your mailing address in the body of the email. And we'll send you today's swole card. So thank you so much for being here, everyone. We will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow will be Triple S. Tomorrow is Swole Slut Saturday, and we are back with more of your favorite sick fucking gains. And thank you, everyone. Rumble is working again, which is solid. subscribe, share the show, leave a 5-star review on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and of course, awesome specials going on. SwoleNormousX.com. You can save huge on memberships until Sunday. And of course, we also have 20% off all the merch over at papaswolio.com. So all the links down below. Lots of stuff for you. Fill your coffers with sick fucking gains and sick merch. And we will see you tomorrow. Peace, McGee's, deuce, magoose, your boy, Papa Swolio. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock's crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I gift rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in a fanny pack, couple hundred in a Louis bag.
That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, chill. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. Off topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no ollies.